This is Panel Checkpoints and Popcorn. I'm Matt. My co-host is Derek. Say hi, Derek.
Hi, Derek.
Yep. Hey, Derek. We're talking about the Electric State with Chris Pratt. This thing went really screwy, my recording software, so now it should be working a little bit better.
It's so the movie has a pretty star-studded cast,
Mm-hmm.
but like we're talking like Anthony Mackie's in it,
Okay.
Millie Brown's in it.
Yeah. Fun fact: I just realized this week that her name is actually Millie Bonnie Brown, and they changed it to Millie Bobby Brown for like the what's it called? For like the union, like the actors union. Uh, is that SAG-AFTRA?
Oh, the SAG.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't be
Hello.
the first person to change their name for a screen name,
It's true. Kind of like Nicolas Cage.
right?
Yeah. There's another one that I just had, but I can't remember their name. No, my biggest like hold up about watching that movie is it's supposed to be in the same vein of Tales from the Loop, like it's the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it keeps seeming every time I look into it, it keeps seeming more like God dang it. It seems more kid friendly. Does that make sense?
Okay, it's supposed to seem like kid-friendly, but it's really not.
Okay. Okay.
Like if I were to be like put an age with this,
Yeah.
I would say uh, teenager minimum.
Teenager minimum. Okay. That's not bad
14,
then,
15,
actually.
somewhere in there.
That's not bad then. I
It's
wanted
not
to
like
watch
it's
it.
not bad. It's just like it's got some really heavy themes in it.
Yeah. I wanted to watch it because it had well, it had Millie Bobby Brown, but it was also directed by the Russo brothers.
Yeah, and you can tell it's a Russo movie,
Yeah, and that's the whole reason I
but
wanted to see it.
I would call it like a Russo cash-in
Okay.
because it's got that Netflix all over it.
Okay, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it feels like a cash-in, and
Okay.
that's the worst and the best that I can give it.
Okay. Um well, with that recommendation, I may give it a watch. Uh I say may because it really depends on how I feel, I guess.
I mean, it's fair. I mean,
Uh
besides that, the only thing I've been doing is getting caught up on like The Pit.
what is the pit?
The Pit is the new Noah Wiles medical drama.
Oh, I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, it's called The Pit
Okay.
because it takes place in a Pittsburgh hospital.
Oh, that makes too much sense. You gave me my $20 back. Thanks. Yeah,
Really good show. Highly recommend it. If anybody loves medical dramas, watch it.
okay.
A lot of medical people are watching it and be like, "This is the most accurate one that's ever come out."
I mean, do you remember what they used to call the most accurate one?
ER, I think.
No. Weirdly enough, the most like the one that a lot of professionals say where the was the most accurate was Scrubs.
Uh,
Yeah, which is crazy to me, you know. But I like Scrubs a lot, so
that's fair.
yeah. Um, yeah. I'll be real with you. The only thing I've been watching is I watched the whole series of Shane Gillis or Gillis, how you pronounce his name, that Tires show that he made. Have you seen that?
Nope.
It takes place in a mechanics store, and like a mechanic shop, and it's basically just a, think The Office or what is going on? Anyways, think of The Office or Superstore, but for a mechanic shop.
Okay, you'll have
And
to send me something for that one because I kind of want to see that.
okay, I will tell you it's a lot more vulgar, but that I feel like that's very much so in the normal, you know what I mean, for Shane Gillis.
Right.
That's a lot more vulgar, but it's still really good. It was really funny. It's only like episodes. And then other than that, I went and saw the new Captain America movie.
How was that?
It's really good. Highly suggest. I highly suggest it. Honestly. Um, did you ever watch The Incredible Hulk?
Which one?
With Edward Norton.
Yes.
Okay, so like the first MCU Hulk movie.
Right.
It's a direct sequel to that, but it's Captain America instead of the Hulk.
Okay. I've heard a lot of middling things about it.
I thought it was really good. I can see where people were complaining about it, and I understand why they did. You know, but
Yeah.
it in general, I think it was a really good movie. Could it have been better? Yes, it would have been better if it would have been a Captain America Hulk team up. It would have
Right.
made more sense. It even had the same actress that played Betty in it again as Betty.
Huh.
And there was no Hulk. You know what I mean? Like it was a little weird, but it was good. The leader is the main villain, and the guy they got to do it did really well. Like did
Nice.
really well. Um, if you get a chance, you should go see it. It's really good.
I might catch it at some point if I ever like get Disney Plus again.
That's fair. That is very fair, actually. Um, I would say yeah, watching on Disney Plus is probably a good choice. Actually, yeah, I could see that. I also started watching because our friend Kat and my friend Chris suggested Solo Leveling, so I started watching that along with reading it.
It's a good.
It's
It's
pretty
a good
good.
read and a good watch.
Yeah, the manga is so good, dude. It's actually like really enjoyable. I like it a lot.
The manhwa.
Yeah, sorry, the Korean mangas.
I mean, it's like all the people that call anime cartoons.
Yeah, I know. I'm just not going to
Don't
admit
be
I'm
one of
wrong.
those.
All right. It's good though. It's really good. I'm enjoying it a lot.
That's good.
Um, I'm probably gonna lose this so quick. I just realized how much money I'm spending.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let you spend as much as you want.
Yeah, it's
As long as
probably
I don't go bankrupt from it.
you just got free parking, which was $0. um, but anyways though, yeah, that's what I've been doing, and then playing a lot of Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah.
A lot of
How are
Monster
you
Hunter.
enjoying Wilds?
I like Wilds a lot. It's I think it is a very good like natural progression from world to wilds. But if you're coming
Hmm.
from rise to wilds, it's very slow comparatively. Um,
Really? Because I hear it's kind of fast.
it is fast, but have you played Rise?
I don't play Monster Hunter.
Okay, so Rise, you have like a grapple hook and everything, so you're just zipping around everywhere. In
Uh,
Wilds, you don't have that. So it makes combat and stuff feel a little bit slower than Rise. Worlds, it's much faster than. I
right.
will admit that it's much faster than World, but no, it's very slow comparatively to Rise. But in general, though, the game's really good. Story mode only took me like 24 hours to beat total. Super great though. Um, there was a little kid in that story that I wanted to beat the crap out of because he was annoying. Not gonna lie about that.
I say I think I
But
remember that.
yeah, it was really annoying, but it was good. It's a really good game. It's solid. Um, I would
Yeah,
highly suggest it.
I watched Pirate Software this morning playing some of it where
Did you?
he's been playing a lot of it. He's working on like a Gun Lancer build.
Yeah, gun lancers
That's
are fun.
yeah, it looked really cool.
I use Big Hammer.
Yes, the big hammer.
Big Hammer is the best. To me, at least, it is. Um, so yeah,
Did it just go one up?
did go one up.
Okay. I was just making sure this was going the way I thought it was.
Yeah.
I started playing Like a Dragon
Mm.
Pirates.
Is that any good?
Yes. I got to play it for I was playing it on stream this morning
Mm-hmm.
and was enjoying it when my OBS crashed and I had to go do other stuff.
uh, I'm sure it's a great game. All the other Like a Dragon games are really, really good. So there's no way it's not. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Combat system takes a little getting used to.
that does it. Is it a new combat system?
Uh, the combo system.
Oh, combo system. I thought you said combat. I was like, what? Is it new
Yeah,
again?
no, it's not the turn based.
Oh. Hmm.
It is kind of like the classic
Okay.
Yakuza style.
So more like beat 'em up.
Yeah,
Okay.
but there is a combo system, and so there's heat, and then there's also like some sort of craziness that can go
Yeah.
on too. That if you get to fire off like an ultimate,
Oh, that's
and
interesting.
um, you play as Majima in this one,
Oh.
and so his ultimate is he makes a bunch of shadow clones of himself that go around and start beating up everybody.
Hmm.
But I've only played maybe an hour, 45 minutes of it.
Hmm.
I really want to get back into it. In fact, I'm probably going to get back into it as soon as we're done with this.
Understandable. Is
Uh,
understandable.
but it looks good. It feels good. They added cooking into it, so you have to cook your own food.
Hmm.
Oh, I forgot I rolled doubles.
So you get to cook your own food this time?
Yeah,
That's cool.
and there's Cooking Mama style mini games in it.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Oh, I love it.
Uh,
Um,
does the food look delicious? That's a good question, I think.
it doesn't do like the Monster Hunter thing where it like
Damn.
shows off the food porn,
That'd be great.
but it's kind of like what could I compare it to? I would compare it to Disney Dreamlight Valley. If you ever
Okay.
played it and
Oh yeah.
did the cooking in it, that's
Yeah,
what
I
it
played
feels
a lot
like.
of dang it. I played a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley, so I understand exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, should we move on to what news we want to talk about?
I mean, yeah, I'm down with that.
All right.
The first thing that I want to bring up, just because I think it is a weird thing for them to even like talk about. Okay.
Okay.
Um, give me 1 second. Here we go. I have to bring it up. I apologize. So, solo leveling beat One Piece. They dethroned One Piece on Crunchyroll with a record that is so fucking dumb, but it's fucking great at the same time to me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they beat it in most reviews.
In most
In
reviews.
most
Okay.
reviews. So One Piece with a total of I'll buy that. With a total of 596,000 reviews with over 1100 episodes. That's all it has. 596 reviews. Solo leveling, all right. Solo leveling has 603,000 and it keeps going up and it doesn't even have the full 24 episodes that it's supposed to have yet.
Nice. Now
And
the question is, will they screw up the last episode and get review bombed to
that's
death?
That's what I'm wondering. It will still give it a bunch of reviews, but it's still like it's
Damn
crazy. Because like shows that were highly revered, like I feel more highly revered than even One Piece, like Attack on Titan, for instance, have less
it. Mhm.
reviews, and it's just weird. I know reviews are like a weird metric to measure something through, but
Unless you're Steam.
I mean, true, unless you're Steam. But it's strange to me that many more people have felt the need to review Solo Leveling as compared to reviewing other things.
I mean, that's fair.
Like it's so random to me. It's such a weird metric. Like I love it. Don't get me wrong. I think it's awesome. But that's such a weird metric to me.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It is an anime of the year at
Yeah.
100%. If for a lot of people it'll be on the all-time list. I don't think it'll be on my
Mm-hmm.
all-time list, but it's pretty far.
I've only seen like 3 episodes of it so far, and I plan on watching more. I just haven't had the chance to yet.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. Um.
And like the other day, we were sitting watching what, a Kami Got Kill.
Yeah, a comic a kill. I'd never seen that either. It was Cat threw that up there. That is a weird show.
It is a weird show.
It's good. I'm
Not
not.
as weird.
Don't beat
Not as
me
weird as
up.
like Prison
Don't
School. But
don't murder me, Cat. But it was a weird show. But I'm into it. I like it.
hey, what matters is that you're into it.
I mean, I was also sitting here while watching it, reading Solo Leveling. Just a little behind the scenes there, but like,
Hey, I forget what I was doing. What was I doing?
sometimes you gotta do other
Thanks.
things, you know.
Oh, that's right. I was playing Archipelago.
Yeah, that's right. You were playing Archipelagos. Newsflash for anyone that may be watching that doesn't normally watch streams of Shotgun Splicer, you should give him a follow real quick, because he plays Archipelagos. What is it? Every Friday, or most Fridays?
Every Friday. It's just
Every
whenever, usually.
Okay. So it's a lot of times Fridays though. So Shotgun here plays them
I don't know why.
on Fridays a lot of times. Um, so you should watch them. They're really cool. Check it out.
Yeah. As soon as this big group one's done, I might set up one or two just to do by myself.
It should. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, that way I'm only screwing myself over.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Unless you want to join me, you're more than welcome
I
to join
mean,
me.
I don't even know how to set it up, man. I guess you could walk me through it though.
I was gonna say I can do the setup.
Yeah.
I just gotta get you on the ability to play.
Yeah. I mean, if I can get the ability to play, I would do it.
I figured you
It
would.
can't be that bad.
Like the easiest one to do is Jigsaw
Fair.
because all it is a browser.
Fair. I got $200.
time you give me a 200.
Do you have a little news article that you want to go over or something interesting?
Yeah. Let's see. The biggest one that I think to talk about is Pokemon Go got bought.
I am very surprised by that, but not at the same time.
And when I say Pokemon Go got bought, the company, Niantic,
Yeah.
got bought by Scopely,
Okay.
which means not only did Pokemon Go get bought, the Pikmin AR game got bought,
Yep.
and so did Monster Hunter Now.
Yep. Isn't that the same
It's
people?
all going over.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all going to the same people that do Monopoly Go.
That's what I was about to ask. Yeah, isn't it the same people that do Monopoly Go?
Yeah, Scopely makes Monopoly Go, and something else. This was on the Hollywood Reporter.
I'm not sure how to feel about that, if you want me to be honest.
Okay. So Scopely is, and it went away. There it goes. They do Monopoly Go,
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek Fleet Command,
Okay.
and Marvel Strike Force.
Okay.
So you add on to that what Pokemon Go, like I said, Monster Hunter, and apparently a couple of companion apps
Okay.
called a Campfire and Wayfarer.
That's interesting.
I don't know what they do.
That's
But
interesting.
they say Niantic between all their services has 30 million monthly active players, and it was worth $1 billion in revenue last year.
Jesus. That makes me wonder if they'll be able to keep that Pokemon contract or not.
Right.
You know, like that's a big concern. Because I feel like it's going to be rough. You know what I mean?
I mean, I doubt Nintendo's going to pull it. The game still shows 20 million active players.
Jesus, I didn't know all about that.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, Good.
wow. No, that's just crazy. I didn't expect it to have that many players still.
Yeah, I'm just as shocked as you are.
Like, I knew it was popular. I didn't realize that it was still that popular.
I think I put all the rest of them.
Like, that's
There we
absolutely
go.
wild, man.
Yeah,
Um,
that was pretty cool.
wow.
Uh,
Uh,
have you seen the jump ship? Sorry,
no, you're fine. Go ahead.
the comparison trailer IGN put up of the new Lilo and Stitch versus the old Lilo and
I
Stitch.
have. I was about to actually just bring up Lilo and Stitch. That trailer is really good. It's got me really hyped for it. I
This
don't know
will be
about
the
you.
probably the this will be the first live action one that I might actually want to see.
Yeah, like it looks a lot like the animated movie, man.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really good.
It's weird because like obviously you can't 1-to-1 it
Yeah.
because Cobra Bubbles looks a whole lot
Yeah, he does. He looks a whole
less
lot
manly,
different. Yeah.
and what's his name? The boyfriend,
David?
David. Yeah, his head's a lot less big.
Yeah, it is. I agree. You're right. You're very right. Um, I think I think it looks really good. However, like even the aliens look good.
That's the important part. If you got the aliens wrong, nobody cares.
Yeah. And like they look genuinely good. Like when they just showed the back of the commanding lady's head in that trailer, I was like, there ain't no
Mhm.
way. There ain't no way that they just got that.
Yeah.
Like what? It just looks so good. And like I was worried about Stitch looking good. Because Stitch Lilo and Stitch is my favorite Disney movie. Okay.
Hmm.
Um so I was worried that they weren't going to get Stitch to look good. And they proved me wrong. 100%
I
proved
think
me wrong.
Stitch is honestly the easiest one to get good.
And then that little snippet of Pleakley at the very end of the trailer,
Yeah.
that looked really good as well. Um, it all just I'm excited for it. I'm very excited for it.
I can tell.
Yeah.
And you
Um,
should be. I mean, it's something you love, and it looks like it's going to be done well.
yeah. I feel like they paid a lot of attention to doing it well because they knew if they messed it up, they'd be held to pay.
I mean, they already screwed up two other ones.
Listen, we're not going to talk about Snow White, all right?
I wasn't even talking about Snow White.
What are you talking about then?
I'm talking about Aladdin
Oh, oh,
and Lion King.
fair. Lion King was awful. If we want to talk about this for a moment, Lion King is the reason Disney shouldn't do live action remakes.
I mean, really?
No, I don't like that you got those.
Oh.
Um, but yeah, no, I agree. Like Lion King was so bad. It was so bad, dude.
I know it was.
There's a Sora. Hello, Sora. Um, but yeah, Lilo
I
and
agree.
Stitch looks so good. I'm so excited about it. I feel like you can't go wrong. Like honestly, with what I've seen so far, that little girl that they cast to play Lilo is perfect as well. Like all of it is so good, man.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. I am very much so here for it. Uh, Kind of sidetracking to something else. Did you see where the voice actors are striking again?
I think I did hear something about that.
Yeah, the voice actors, specifically the ones that are in video games, are all striking again due to not having protections of using AI.
Yeah,
So
because
like the
didn't
go ahead.
I think it sent some of it centers around the voice actor for shoot, what's her name from ah the robot dinosaur game.
Aloy?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was actually about to bring up. So it
yeah,
started
I'm good.
because Gorilla made this fully AI thing of an AI animation, AI, AI voice everything of Aloy as like a proof of concept, and I apologize. Ashley Birch, the girl that voices her, also that does the voice of Tiny Tina. If you didn't know that, um, she did this whole thing where she was like, "Nah, that's not okay," and it started a whole new portion to the strike that's been ongoing. Which kudos to them; they deserve to go on that strike, I think. Um, because let's be real, man, that's messed up.
Yeah, it
Like
is.
that's messed up. Um,
People deserve their bags.
yeah. She then came out and did a video, and I don't know if she was doing it just because she felt like she had to because it was like a oh shoot, like it was a necessity for her to do or something, but she was like, well, they informed me that it wasn't my voice that they use and it wasn't um my acting that they went over, blah 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 blah. And I've sat there watched that video. I'm like, listen, I feel like you had to sign something, and they made you say this while I'm watching the video.
Right.
You know, um, but the issue is, they still did it. Like I don't know why they did it, but they did it, and I'm very much so against AI taking over people's jobs. You know what I mean? I'm very
Hmm.
against that. And I'm very against them using AI in place of voice actors or AI in place of mocap. Because let's be real, mocap is much better than AI ever will be. Um, well, I can't say will ever will be, but at right now it is. And so it does upset me that they are doing this to people, essentially. You
What up,
know,
Squishy?
um, it upsets me that they're doing it to people because there's no reason to do it. Essentially, there's no reason whatsoever for them to be doing it. You know.
Yeah.
Um, but on good news, in good news for people, if you're a fan of Saber Interactive, guess what? A fan of Saber Interactive or two space opera space faring things, Saber Interactive just announced this past week that Warhammer 40k Space Marine 3 is officially in the works, and Knights of the Old Republic remake is still in active development.
Yeah.
So that's
The
good
one
news.
game people were wondering if it was still going.
Yeah, so that's really good news, honestly. I think for me the Star Wars one is a little bit more good news, but for you 40k fans, congratulations, you're getting Space Marine 3.
And for the rest of us, we have Power Wash Simulator 2 to look forward to this
Yes. Yes. Clap for that. I still have never finished Power Wash Simulator 1, but 2 I'm sure is going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great game. Maybe that's what we should play one day while we do this, Derek. Granted,
Team
I
up
feel
your
like
Firewatch? Yeah, we can do
yeah,
that.
I feel like we'd get distracted. I feel like we would definitely get distracted. Um,
I mean, fair.
yeah, like man, I feel like we would get distracted so bad. I would do it though. I do. I think it would be fun.
Yeah, something nice and chill that we don't have to think about.
Yep. Oh, and I see that CJ posted in our chat here that Xbox is in the process of making a handheld. And I actually did read something about this today. Uh, to be completely real with you, yesterday I thought that our buddy CJ or Sir Squishy, whatever you want to call him, I don't call him Sir Squishy because it's weird to me. But talking to him yesterday about it, I was like, there's no way that they're actually doing it. You know what I mean? There's no way.
Oh no, the handheld's been in rumors for forever now.
Yeah.
But this is just Phil Spencer's never denied it.
Yeah, he hasn't. That is true. That is very true.
Is never been in denial, and now between that and the talks of the next Xbox itself running Windows, and so that way it can run Steam.
Yeah, that would be freaking awesome. By the way.
Yeah, those are the big Xbox newses right now.
But I'm here for an Xbox handheld as long as it's not Xbox Portal. Because I'm sorry, I don't care if you're a PlayStation fan. You all need to admit that the Portal is not feasible still for a good amount of people that play PlayStation. Having to have that constant connection to be able to stream games or it doesn't run well is not good. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a good
No,
thing.
I get it. And not only the fact that, but that you also have to be. Oh damn. You have to be on an internet that doesn't require you to have to sign into it.
Exactly.
Like 90% of hotel Wi-Fi's are.
Hotels or like, let's be real, that was made in the hopes that people want to use it while they're traveling. So hotels, or if you have a family member in the hospital, even like you know what I mean. Like, it doesn't have a use outside of that, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like
there's a reason that that's so cheap.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, PlayStation's track record with side peripherals is not great.
It is not. That is true. Which sucks because honestly, I love the PSP and the Vita was not bad.
No, I loved my Vita. I loved my PSP. I love my PSVR 2.
I've still not used the PSVR 2, but I have really bad like motion sickness issues with VR a lot of times.
I've learned I am fine if I am stationary.
Maybe that's what I should try, playing it stationary.
Well, not only playing it stationary, but my character doesn't move in the game.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So, for example, if it's supposed to be freeform walking, I'll get motion sickness.
Okay.
But playing like Gran Turismo, fine.
Okay, that's interesting.
Playing rail shooters, fine.
Okay, but I assume if you play like Super Hot or something like that, it was not great.
Right.
Okay.
Super Hot is about as close as I can get to it because it's a lot of stopping.
Yeah.
But stuff like Meet Your Maker, I think, is the game. Where you constantly need to be moving and dodging and stuff like that.
Or the new Batman game?
Right. I could not do the new Batman game.
Okay, that's fair. That makes sense. The only ones I've ever played were heavy moving intensive. Like I tried out that new Batman game once. I played Doom, I think it was, in Skyrim.
Yeah.
And I got really sick playing all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wonder if that's the problem.
I mean, like I said, that might be it. Try next time you come out. If I've got everything hooked up, see how you handle Gran Turismo.
All right. I mean, I'm down with that.
Because it's literally, yeah. I mean, everything's still done. You don't have to play with the hand wands. You could just play with a regular controller, and then it's just like looking through a bigger screen.
Okay, that's neat. So for our conversation here, CJ has said it should be more along the lines of a Steam Deck, but unfortunately, the one that I've seen currently is with Cloud Play, so you'd have to be connected to the internet. And see, that's what I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be Cloud Play. That's my problem with the Portal as well, is that it's all Cloud Play. Like I say Cloud Play, but you know what I mean.
Well, here's the thing. There's the other side of that Portal that I don't think Xbox would do. And that's if your PlayStation is set up to share and is in rest mode. Because you have to leave your PlayStation on all the time to use it.
Well, I already know that they won't do that because the app for your phone where you can play your Xbox, your thing doesn't have to be on. You can turn it on through that.
See, it wouldn't surprise me if it was something along that lines, if it's just using the Xbox app. Because hell, Xbox is advertising it now. You can use
TVs.
You can go on the Meta Quest.
Yeah.
And do it.
We're not sponsored, but everything's an Xbox.
Everything's an Xbox unless it's a Switch.
Exactly. Everything's an Xbox unless it's a Switch. And then soon that Switch is going to be an Xbox once we get the Switch 2.
Dude, speaking of.
Yeah.
Did you hear the newest, the hubbub around the Switch 2?
I have not heard anything about Switch 2 since they announced it.
There's apparently a controller patent that's out, and people are thinking it's going to be, it's either going to be for a Pro 2, a Pro Controller 2, or it's going to end up being for a GameCube controller.
Oh.
So they think the next Switch Online might have, like how you can do various consoles. Yeah. The next one will have GameCube.
Oh, I'd be down with that. I'd be so down with that, man.
That gives me more of a reason to want to look at one.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's all speculation, and it's based off of one picture that shows where a label's supposed to be at. So it's really a reach. But
that's still awesome, though, if it actually is true. Hey, yo! So, I don't know if you're just listening, you wouldn't know this, except for the fact that Derek expressed this. We are playing Monopoly while we stream this on Twitch. Shameless plug. Yesai, it's twitch.tv/YesaiTTV or twitch.tv/ShotgunSplicer. We are playing Monopoly while we stream this on Twitch and record it. And Derek here just had to foreclose on one of his properties to pay me. It's a great day.
All right, it'll come back around.
It is a great day. What are they making a new one of there, CJ? I see that you said that they are making a new one currently, but it's not supposed to come out until 2027. If you're talking about the Switch 2, that is coming out this year. If you're talking about something else, I'm not sure what it is. I did see a thing about Xboxes supposedly making a new console that will come out 2026, 2027. Xbox handheld is what he's referring to. Okay, because that's what it said in the article I read today as well. I should have known that's what you were talking about. Since you were part of that conversation, I apologize.
Apologize?
I'm going to anyways.
Never apologize.
That is...
not to interrupt your all streaming.
Yes.
Was that it? Not to interrupt us? Whoa, buddy. That feeling when I didn't even know that CJ was in the chat with us. Did you, Derek?
Nope.
I had no idea. But anyways, what were you saying? The Switch 2. If they put GameCube on that Switch 2, I'd be down for it. I'd be there. Heartbeat. That's all I would need, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there for it. Especially if they announce like a Wind Waker reboot or something. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know, I really just flubbed that.
Yep.
Anyways, it's fine. So, like, I'd be down. I wish they would put a Wii simulator in it as well.
I mean, it might get it.
Like, that would be awesome. On to a little bit more of a movie news. Did you see they released a new trailer for Freakier Friday?
No, I hadn't heard about this.
Dude, they released a new trailer for Freakier Friday, and that movie is going to be great. It has Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan in it again.
Really?
And I'm here for it. One of the things in the trailer is Jamie Lee Curtis is talking to Lindsay Lohan, and she's like, "What? You want me to just stand here so you can do your little fake sexy walk into the building?" I was like, God, that's good. That's good right there. Like, I am thoroughly excited for that movie, man. I absolutely love the original Freaky Friday. And I can't wait for Freakier Friday to release. Hey, Grumpy Fox, I'm not sure exactly who you are, but I am glad that you're excited for that movie as well. It looks so good. It looks so good.
That'd be Christy.
Oh, is it? Hello.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't know who you were, but hello. If this... I'm assuming... I don't mean to say this in a weird way, I guess. I'm assuming this is your Chrissy, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So listen, I'm just telling you, if you're excited or as excited as I am, you should make a time to come down and visit Derek, and we'll all go see it. All right, like we'll all go see it if you're down. Because that sounds like fun. Plus, let's be real, that movie's going to be great. You can't go wrong with Jamie Lee Curtis most of the time, and I love Lindsay Lohan. I don't care. Like, I'll say it. I love Lindsay Lohan.
No, I mean, to be fair, she's been quiet for quite a few years.
She has. I'm also very... I don't say this about, like, many celebrities or anything, but I'm very happy that she got, like, went through rehab and everything and got better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just... It makes me very happy because she was a actress that I loved from, like, when I was a kid, teenager, young adult. I loved everything she was in. And then it kind of was shitty, you know, like to see someone that I was like, man, I love this actress.
That backfired.
You know what I mean? And then yeah, you see what I'm saying. Like, it's really cool that she got help, and I'm very glad that she got help.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about that. Yeah, that movie looks really good, man. Like, I think I'm looking more forward to Freakier Friday than I am to Thunderbolts or Fantastic Four.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not looking forward to either of those movies either.
I'm looking forward to Fantastic Four. Thunderbolts, I'm a little iffy on. The only thing that excites me is, if I'm not wrong, and you can fact check this if you want, but I believe this is what it is. Someone from Everywhere, Everything, All at Once, or what? I can't remember the exact name, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that movie, I want to say it was the composer is working on that movie. Was working on Thunderbolts, doing the music for it, and the music in that movie was great. I think that's who it was that composer, but I can't remember exactly. which sucks, but whatever. Um, Either way, I'm very excited for the music in that movie. Not for the movie itself, but for the music in that movie. I'm really excited.
I mean, that's fair.
And then Fantastic Four.
There's a parent.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
No, you're good. No, I was going to change subject. Go ahead.
Oh, for Fantastic Four, I'm just really excited to hopefully get a good Fantastic Four movie.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know. We've only had one good one so far. And a lot of people argue with me about that one, but I'm sorry. The one with Jessica Alba, the first one, is great.
I haven't seen that one in forever.
Rise of the Silver Surfer, Fantastic Four with the number 4 where the second F is supposed to be,
Uh-huh. Haven't seen that either.
It's not good. What everyone said about it, true. Very true. But no, I just don't. I'm just really hopeful. Really hopeful about that movie.
Yeah, I stopped being hopeful about movies.
Fair.
I'd rather go in and be pleasantly surprised than be utterly disappointed.
That's fair. That reminds me of the Borderlands movie. I went in expecting bar none, and it was great.
Speaking of Jack Black movies, we got Minecraft getting ready to hit. Yeah.
Listen.
Like, what, first week of April?
Yeah, I'm unironically excited about that film.
I think it'll be getting back to more classic Jack Black. I'll be down for it.
I think it'll be a fun movie to watch. Like, it'll just be a fun movie. You know what I mean? I don't think it'll be great, but it's going to be a fun movie, and that's what I want. I also love Emma Myers, the girl that's going to be in it, and I love Jason Momoa.
Yeah, Jason Momoa is funny. I can't wait for the next Fast and Furious.
So, I am very excited about that. Man, I've kind of shoehorned 3 or 4 of my own news things in here. Did you have any more you wanted to bring up real quick?
No, you're good, man. There's apparently been screen testing for the next Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's apparently looking pretty good.
I mean, did you watch the first one?
No, I haven't.
So the first one of the newest ones is super good, dude. You need to watch it. It's really good.
Like, let me pull up the article I was reading. It was on Games Radar, I believe.
Okay. But it is super, super good. Highly suggested.
Can I stop owing you money?
Thank you for owing me money. I appreciate it. I think that was going to the board, though, to free parking.
Oh, that wasn't income tax.
I'm stuck in jail.
That's where you belong.
I'm not a billionaire. Leave me alone. Dang it. I didn't want doubles.
Let me see if I can find.
Well, while you are looking,
I originally wasn't going to talk about this, but
while you are looking that up, I just want to cover real quick how many games are being shut down this month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the exact number, but there's 2 of them that I'm surprised are being shut down. Also, if anyone hears any shaking noise, I'm shaking a bottle of water, getting some flavor in it. So I apologize if you hear that, but you know what? Screw it. I want it. So anyways, we have, what was it? The First Descendant that was just announced to be shutting down.
Yeah, First Descendant's out.
First Descendant's out.
There's a couple of Xbox ones getting shut down too.
Dude, for real, a game that just released, Spectre Divide, that was like heavily endorsed by Shroud of all people. Shut down. It's getting shut down already. It just came out February 25th.
Yep.
And their close date is like the 26th of March. Like, what's that about? What's going on with that?
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
And then we have
There,
high res being douchebags. Listen, I don't care if we ever get popular, if we don't get popular. I don't care about that. But if high res ever comes to us and is like, we'll sponsor you, I'll be like, no, screw you. All right, I'm not taking it. We're not taking it. Those motherfuckers were like, you know what? Smite 2 is where it's going to be at. Screw that game. Screw that game. They took out the people that were doing Smite 1, Rogue Company, and Paladins to make them all focus on Smite 2. Screw that. Screw them.
yeah. Oh, here it is. They're showing off Carl Urban playing Johnny Cage, and he's apparently doing really good in early screenings.
I really like Carl Urban, so I'm down with that. I'm very much so okay with that.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. And there's a release date. Where did it go?
Release date?
Dun, dun, dun. There is a trailer. That doesn't help at all. It said there was a release date in this article. Dang it. Made me a liar. So I get for not reading too many things. Especially. I have a feeling that is supposed to be confirmed for July 2025, not July 2022.
I mean, either way,
March
I'm
4
fine
years
with that.
after the flagship. Oh, excuse me. Here it is, October 24th, 2025.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm down.
That'll be a good
I'm
October
down.
movie.
It will be. Granted, I'm good after seeing that first Mortal Kombat, dude. Like, if I was a movie reviewer, I would rate, like, just in general for how fun that movie is, like, to watch, and how much I was like, this is a good Mortal Kombat film. Which is weird to say because I don't feel like there's ever been really a great one. You know what I mean?
I was going to say,
It's
you better qualify that because the
it's
original is.
yeah, it's like just in the grand scheme of things, like action movies and everything, I would give it like an 8.5 to like an 8.7, like somewhere in that area.
Okay.
It's really good. Does it have a great story? No. Did I expect it to have a great story? Also no. But it's really good. Highly suggest. If you get a chance to watch it. I think it's on Max.
Yeah, it is on Max actually.
Yeah. So if you get a chance to watch it, I suggest watching it. Go for it. Speaking of that, I wish they would give us a good Street Fighter film.
You want a lot.
I do want a lot, I guess. That's fine. Everything's fine. You know. So in huge video game news, however, this last week, Rainbow Six Siege X was announced.
Yep. And it is
Go ahead.
given from today. It is in beta.
Yep. It's the 10-year anniversary of Rainbow Six Siege. It's adding a new 6v6 match called Dual Fronts, which is
in the beta.
Yeah, and it adds two different like areas to secure and handle at the same time. The game is also, with this update when it happens, and this is also in the beta as well, they're adding new ways to do the rappelling. So now, and originally you could only rappel up and down. Now you can walk around the whole outside of a building while rappelling and stuff like that. Also in Dual Fronts, however, they have this whole new thing where it's outside maps. So originally in the game, you couldn't walk outside. It would notify the enemy team that you were outside. Now, a lot of the map takes place outside. So it's not going to do that. It's going to be really cool.
I don't know how I feel about that. Because honestly, I think it's depending on how they're going to do the start of the game. It's going to
Mhm.
encourage a lot of teams to just go outside and try to camp.
Well, the way Dual Fronts works is there's not you can camp, but it's not the same concept as the normal base Rainbow Six Siege format. So Siege format, you have the defenders inside, the attackers outside. Okay.
Yeah.
In this game, both teams of 6 get to pick between defenders and attackers. You're not one or the other. So like you're constantly going back and forth with each other, outside, inside. And like one of the things is there is a hostage just in the middle of the map, okay? And you have to each team is trying to get to the hostage. And then you get to the hostage and you get to the hostage and then you take the hostage to your designated location to send them for them to be picked up.
Right.
So it's like you're all fighting for the same objectives. So that's why there's defenders and attackers, and it's in 2 separate areas for each person, for each team.
Okay.
So it doesn't play the exact same as a normal Siege match would play.
At least in this mode.
Yeah.
Because there'll probably be classic mode in it.
There is. So Rainbow Six, what this X is just a updated version of Rainbow Six Siege. It's the same game. They're just doing an update, the 10-year anniversary.
That's what I'm talking about. If you're playing the classic mode, and
in the
it no longer gives.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And it no longer gives the "hey, they walked outside" warning.
Mm-hmm. In classic mode, you'll still have that.
Doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in classic mode, you still have that. You just don't have it in dual front.
Oh, it makes sense not having it in dual front.
Yeah. Whereas in classic mode, if someone walks out, it'll still notify you. It'll notify your team. It's just a dual front thing. I worded that weird to start with. I apologize. But
no, you're fine.
So it looks really good. They're doing a lot of updates to the characters, the UI, stuff like that. And I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm very excited to see where it goes, actually.
Yeah, I think this one's going to stick around because Ubisoft's not going to let this die, unlike X Defiant.
Yeah, let's not talk about X Defiant. Speaking of games that have died, you've hit that every turn.
I know it.
I'm still salty about X Defiant, dude.
Yeah.
I'm still so salty about X Defiant. Should I be? I don't know, but I really am.
I mean, fair. It goes back to what we were talking about. Games that are, ending.
Yep. And a lot of them, it feels like they're ending for no reason.
I mean, they're ending because they're not getting the player base that they thought that they would have. They're not giving them a chance to actually have a long life. Ubisoft is trying to repeat what they had with Rainbow Six Siege, but nobody remembers that Siege did terrible at first.
Yep. It did.
And grew its community the hard way. Everybody's expecting that automatic hit.
Like the automatic gratification.
Yeah. Well, the automatic success.
Yep.
Everyone's... Thank you.
You're welcome.
Everyone's expecting it to be, the next... No, that's not a good choice. And the next Smite, or I was going to say the next Dota or the next League.
Yeah. I think Smite is more comparable to it, though. I think you're right.
Yeah. And it all depends. Or you're trying to be, I guess, in X Defiant's case, you're trying to be the next Counter-Strike.
Yeah. I feel like they were trying to be a mix of Counter-Strike and COD. Like 100%.
Got all my money back. And, I mean, to be honest, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Because, these games either last a few weeks, or to maybe a couple years, or they stay for decades.
Yep. There's not really an in-between.
There's really not. What I would... I was reading a thing, I was watching a video the other day on What Culture, and they were doing a quiz show, and it's like list these games that and how fast they shut down, and it was like Concord.
Yep. Like 2 weeks.
That game that was on Kickstarter that was supposed to be the live action zombie survival game that died before.
Yeah. The day
technically
before.
That game lasted 2 months.
Yep.
And then Atlas was on there. That game lasted about 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Which was longer than a lot of people played it.
That is true as well.
But yeah, that's the way a lot of these are going.
Yeah. Live service was never a good way of keeping up, like for games to go, I think.
No. And a lot of them are ending up that way. That's why PlayStation canceled all the ones that they were doing.
Yep.
After the Concord failure, because we were supposed to get, a God of War one?
Yep. And the Spider-Man Multiverse one?
A Spider-Man Multiverse. There was rumors of a Twisted Metal.
Yep.
Which, that saddens me a little bit. Granted, you have, talk about long-lasting ones, you've got Crossout.
Yep.
Which is pretty close, even though it's got a Mad Max skin over it.
Which I am surprised that Crossout has lasted as long as it has, to be honest.
I mean, there's a bunch of those games you want to list if you want to go down that front. I mean, Vigor's still active.
That is true.
Warface.
Yeah. I mean,
Warframe's done its own thing.
Look at that. That game Crossfire died.
Oh yeah, that one died quick.
It died so quick, dude.
It did.
And that made me sad because I thought Remedy was going to be able to help them with that, but they discontinued the single player and the multiplayer. Like, Jesus, dude.
It's sad, but it's the way it is.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it wasn't when Crossfire X died.
Yep.
It wasn't nearly as crowded as it is now.
No, it was not. And now it's worse.
Yeah. Because, think about all the other things that have died. There was the dodgeball one.
Yeah. Which is sad. I actually paid for that one.
Yeah.
Because it was good. Like, it was honestly a good game.
And the sad thing is, that one's not going the way of some of the better ones that are giving people refunds.
Yeah. It did not.
There was another one that was in the same vein that shut down pretty quickly. I can't remember which one it was.
Mm-hmm.
But the gameplay style was super, super similar, and so was the art style.
Yeah. There's a lot of games that have died that have made me a little bit sad, I'm not going to lie. A lot of them.
That's
and then there's
I hate to say it, that's the way of the game.
Yeah, there's games that are alive that I don't understand how they're still alive. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're lucky, your running costs are so low that it doesn't matter that you keep it up. You give your players server-based side, so that way they can keep it going on their own, which is mostly what Battlefields are now.
Yep.
Especially anybody that still plays Hardline.
Yep. Dude, Hardline is good, though.
Hardline is good. I would have loved for another one in that style.
I would as well.
But, we're probably not going to get that ever.
Ever. Yeah. Because it was not as successful as the other ones.
No. What else?
Dude, I was really sad when I heard that Multiverses was shutting down.
Multiverse is shutting down doesn't surprise me.
It still made me kind of sad, though. Like, honestly.
Yeah, you can be sad about it, but when it shuttered,
yeah,
after the beta, and then came back, it was a completely different game.
Yeah.
wasn't very good at imitating the games it was trying to imitate.
I can agree with
Let's
that.
be honest, it wasn't a great Smash.
I think Divine Knockout was a better copy,
Yeah.
and that didn't last either.
No.
Once again, high res. Fuck you. I'm not sorry.
And say you had to be sorry. I mean, that's how you feel about it.
Yeah. Like, I can't. That annoys me so much, man. That annoys me so much.
But it goes, all the way back. I tell you what, here's an online only game you've probably forgot about, Mag.
Oh, I remember that. Wasn't that the 124, 200 and some players?
For the PS3?
On the PS3? Yeah, I remember that. That was one of the only games I bought for my PS3.
Yeah, that game died quick. And then there was... What was it, Warhawk?
Oh, yes, I remember Warhawk. Warhawk was good as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that died quick too, didn't it?
Warhawk was really good, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not unprecedented.
It's not. You're not wrong. I don't know. I just get tired of seeing games die. I understand it happens. It's the way of games. You know what I mean? I get it. It just makes me a little sad sometimes.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it makes everybody sad. No one wants to see these games get shut down.
Yeah.
Well, most people don't.
I don't want to see the games get shut down, and I feel like this is for a very good reason. I don't think we have a good way of preservation for video games. And with them just getting shut down, they're just gone. You know what I mean? Like, they're just gone a lot of times. And that's
unless some sort of fan saves a server or anything like that.
Like, the only reason Star Wars Galaxies is still around is because there's fan-run servers.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for those fans, it wouldn't exist.
I mean, you could say the same thing about Final Fantasy XI.
True, that is true.
There is a fan-made server out there, and that's pretty much the last one.
Yep.
Are you doing this, are you?
Yeah, might as well. But yeah, no, I agree. Like, the fan, if it wasn't for fans, game preservation would be non-existent.
Yeah.
That's another, and this is a completely different thing, different topic really, but emulation. If it wasn't for emulation, so many of these games would just be gone.
This is true.
Like, let's be real. Also, if anyone on here is listening that has done this before, those people that keep their old consoles, like their 360s, and have all those downloaded indie games once the indie store was gone, you're gods. All right? Like,
I mean, to be fair, at least as far as Microsoft goes, they said that you can still re-download all that stuff. The downloading, if you owned it, isn't gone. Unless it's something for at least as far as the Microsoft side of things, you can still go back and re-download those.
Fair.
I've downloaded stuff that's been delisted for years.
Do you know if you're able to download the games from not the arcade side, but that indie marketplace?
They said anything that you owned, you could go in and download.
Okay.
That's the way Microsoft's been doing it. Because I've re-downloaded stuff that's been delisted for years.
That's fair.
And it's still on their servers up for download. Like, I know that you were asking specifically about the indie one, but for example, the Simpsons Arcade.
Yeah.
The OG Scott Pilgrim game. I re-downloaded all those not too long ago. And those licenses ended over a decade ago.
Yeah. And I think that CJ over here in our chat does make a good point. A lot of times, if it's not an FPS like Battle Royale or FPS in general, I'll branch it out a little bit there. If it's not a third person shooter, also, it doesn't last very long, it feels like.
I don't know. They're shuttering just as fast. Concord was like that.
Concord doesn't count.
Well, I'm just saying.
It does count. No hate to
There was
Concord or those developers because I never played that game, but releasing a hero shooter in the year of 2025 when there was Overwatch 2 that was incredibly hyped and Marvel Rivals 2 to 3 months after it came out, after Concord came out, there was no chance.
I mean, let's be honest. Overwatch 2 is on its way out.
Oh, it is. I feel like it is. Most definitely. I feel like Overwatch 2, though, should have gone away a little bit sooner.
I mean, to be honest, if you wanted it to live, the easiest thing to save Overwatch 2 would have been when you forced everybody to move over to it, you left all their purchases.
Yeah. I agree
and
with
then
that.
it would have been just fine.
I agree with that. And that's true. Halo is on the border of it right now, of being shuttered.
I mean, not really.
I'll
disagree with that.
I really feel like it is. I feel like its player numbers aren't as high. Granted, I say I feel like it is, but I feel like it is right now with Halo Infinite. Okay. However,
I mean, if we're talking specifically Halo Infinite, then okay.
However, I will put this caveat there. It's been highly rumored that the Master Chief Collection and Halo Infinite are coming to PlayStation and Switch 2. And
those Master Chief Collection at the least is pretty much a given.
And if that happens, Halo is going to be revitalized.
Yeah.
And we already know that the next Halo game is going to be on every console. And the way we know that is they drop the proprietary engine and switch to Unreal Engine 5 to produce the next game.
Yeah.
So we already know that that's going to be coming to PlayStation, Switch, PC, and Xbox. Yeah. No doubt in my mind that that's why they switched to Unreal Engine 5. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I completely, totally agree with you.
So I really think that's what's going to end up happening. And I think... So a lot of people want the console wars and exclusivities and stuff to continue. I don't think there's a place in gaming for that currently. I don't know about you, but I don't feel like there is.
Unless your name's Nintendo.
Fair.
But even Nintendo's pushed harder than what they are. The reason why Switch 2 is going to be as powerful as it is because of Microsoft. Everybody knows that.
That's the truth.
Because Microsoft has to shoehorn the next 10 years of Call of Duty onto it.
Yep. And so they'll have to keep them up to date as much as possible.
Yeah. That's the reason why we're getting PS4 Pro level, if the rumors are true about the Switch 2, which is what people are saying.
Yep, you're right.
My headset jumped a beat. But otherwise, I guarantee you that Switch 2 would be nowhere near that powerful.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo's always done things their own way. And it's honestly hurt them in some aspects. I mean, there's a reason why they went after Yuzu.
Look, there's a reason that yes, the Switch might be one of the best-selling consoles of all time, along with the Wii, but the GameCube and the Wii U are not even close.
No. I'll tell you what. You know why? And this is probably an unpopular opinion, but I don't care. You know why the Switch is so popular? Because
Why?
it's half the price.
Yeah, probably.
It's
It's budget friendly.
everybody owns a Xbox or a PlayStation, and they just went, you know what? I can pick this up too.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Because I was one of the people that was severely disappointed in the Switch when it came out. I thought the battery life was garbage. I thought the lineup, while okay, wasn't amazing. And I thought it didn't look graphically good.
Yeah.
Especially now when your main competitor is Steam.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, Switch 2 better be pretty dang good because they're guessing what, $400, $500 for this thing.
Yep.
It's not going to be the cheap budget console. You're going to be looking right at a Steam Deck.
That is true. And if it's not good, then you might as well just get a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And have a library already ready. I know that they're planning backwards compatibility for it and all that stuff, but there's nothing so far announced that's screaming buy a Switch 2.
Yeah, nothing at all. I agree with that.
Unless there's something there that you really, really want. For example, if that new Mario Kart hits, I know that's going to be it for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Or if a new Zelda hits, or maybe a new Mario hits. But I don't see really anything that's going to be that day one have to have thing yet. Maybe that'll change in April.
I think
But for right now,
I think in April
who knows?
we'll either be surprised or severely let down. I'm leaning towards severely let down.
Maybe. I think this is going to be an opportunity for Nintendo to push another gimmick, and it's going to be the fall.
I mean, that's very possible. I don't want to shit on Nintendo a lot because I really do like the Switch personally. But I can definitely agree with a lot of what you're saying. Like honestly, I can agree with a lot of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, I definitely agree. 100%. I think the only thing that would make me buy a Switch 2 right off the bat is if there was a Pokemon game announced with it, because like ZA is going to be on the original Switch.
I see. I think that would be that's a waste right there.
Yeah.
ZA being on Switch 1. If anything, I would release it on both.
Yeah.
And let you do what PlayStation did and what Xbox has done back in the day. Have the old version and the new version.
Yep.
So that way you can go, I'm playing this, I'm enjoying this, but it could look better.
Yeah.
It could be smoother. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
What do you want?
I want to see if it'll let me take something of yours. Hey.
Hey, have at it. But I think we've ranted on and on about this enough. So let's move on to our next thing. What do we got next? History in gaming. Or history in pop culture.
Yeah. It's the history roundup, y'all.
So what's happened in this week? I'm counting this week as between March 16th and March 23rd. And yeah. So this week in 2005, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody premiered.
I mean, that's pretty dope.
For all you Nintendo, or not Nintendo, shoot.
Nintendo.
I'm pre-reading. Disney, you Disney files out there. Speaking of which,
yeah.
in 2019, Disney bought Fox for $71 billion.
That's still crazy to me, dude.
What's weird is they didn't even get all of it. They weren't allowed to have all of it.
I know. Oh, I know. They literally didn't get like a good chunk of it.
No. I mean, they were still left. They weren't allowed to have Fox News because they had ABC, and they weren't allowed to have the sportscasting part of it.
Yep, because they have ESPN.
Yep. In gaming, March 16th, 2003, Ryan Brandt leaves Take-Two Interactive over the company being investigated. I looked into this.
What were they being investigated for?
They were being investigated by the SEC for accounting issues.
Oh.
And for the books not matching up after some acquisitions.
Wow.
So yeah, this was over attempts of fraud. They were also sued, and I think it was connected with this because I seen it pop up. The city of Flint apparently had its pension invested in some of it, and they also ended up suing Take-Two over apparent fraud. So that was insane. To jump back to Disney, I know we talked about some of these earlier, but I didn't mention this one. March 20th, 2012. Disney records one of the largest losses in cinema history. Over $200 million.
From what?
You want to guess the movie?
You said 2012?
2012. I will help you out by saying this is a live action film.
Oh. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Marked a loss?
The fourth one.
No.
No? Oh. I don't know then. What is it?
John Carter.
Oh, I forgot that was even a thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me. I forgot it was even a thing.
Yeah. I had forgotten all about that movie too. Apparently it's garbage.
Like, I've never seen the movie. I read a couple of like the serials, like the books.
Yeah.
And those were good. Those were good. I had no idea about no idea that it lost that much money.
It's insane to think about, right?
It is. That's ridiculous.
For music lovers, March 23rd, 1999, Livin' La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin releases.
CJ has lovingly said, if you didn't see it, you didn't miss anything. Which is probably true.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have watched. There was some other movie that came out at that time that was supposed to be like exactly like it, I think.
Let's look and see.
But it did better. Because I remember there was like a couple of Mars movies, I think, that came out around then. I don't think it was The Martian.
The Martian was really good.
Yeah. What else we got? In gaming news, on the March 21st, 2001, would have been the release of the Game Boy Advance in Japan.
That's pretty awesome.
It is. It was definitely a console ahead of its time.
Which is crazy because it was just a handheld.
It was. That was back when, 2001, that would have been probably tail end of the N64? Or right in the middle of it. So they weren't doing anything on that side. Most of their money,
Yeah.
I think, was coming out of the handheld market.
Yeah, which I mean makes sense because that's like the same. It wasn't too long after that release that it ended up having Emerald and Pearl, which are
Yep.
two of the not Emerald and Pearl.
Wait, what did I
Wrong.
say?
Ruby and Sapphire.
I was going to
That's
say, what the heck?
completely wrong. I don't even know where that came from.
You
Anyways, so
got your DSs in there.
yeah, I did. I did. Ruby and Sapphire. It came out, and that is still one of like the best rated Pokemon games. Like a lot of people love those games.
Emerald is fairly tops on a lot of people's lists.
It is. The third one in that series, Emerald, is very much so on the top of a lot of people's lists for good reason.
Oh, yeah.
But that's also back in Pokemon's heyday.
This is true. For our MMO lovers, we had two powerful MMOs come out. One in 1999 and one in 2005. EverQuest first released in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
And The Matrix Online in 2005.
Can we take a moment to talk about the ending of Matrix Online?
Sure.
So I don't know if
I
you've
never
ever,
played it, so this is all you.
okay, I don't know if you've ever seen what happened at the end of Matrix Online.
No.
So when it shut down and they were closing the servers, at the very end of the game, everybody's bodies just like contorted into themselves and exploded.
Really?
That was the way the game ended.
Talk about ways people choose to end their games, I guess.
Yeah, like it was crazy. It reminds me of like when the original launch of Final Fantasy 14 didn't do good at all, and so they blew it up with meteors.
Yep.
It's pretty great.
And the last thing that I've got, a kind of cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
Resident Evil was originally released on the PlayStation 1 in Japan on March 22nd of 1996. And the GameCube re-release, often said one of the best remasters of the game, released on March 22nd of 2002.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
So, what better way for an anniversary
Yeah.
than to, re-release it?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. That's pretty awesome. That's very awesome.
That's everything I've got.
I don't really have much else to add into the history portion this week, to be honest. Outside of this same time, 1993, Tim Allen won the People's Choice Award for Home Improvement. And let's just talk about Home Improvement for a second. Home Improvement is the shit, and it's streaming on Netflix now, so everyone should watch it. It's really good.
I heard his new show isn't the worst either.
I want to watch it because I like, what's her name? Kat Dennings? Is that her name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like her a lot. And Tim Allen belongs in sitcoms. I'm going to say it. Like he just does.
I mean, to be fair, he's playing the same role.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's just in this case, it was him and his daughter had a falling out.
Right.
But it looks really good. I want to give that a shot. The only other thing that I can really, I'm trying to think, was if there was any other history stuff that I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, CJ wants to holler out that Sonic Unleashed released in 2008, and the last thing that I want to really shoot out there because it's weird, because it's a game that I actually really enjoyed, and I used to play with my cousins a lot. Ready to Rumble Revolution released on the Wii.
Yep.
In 2009. That's really my last history thing that I have. Is that the last history thing I have? Is it, Derek?
I don't know. Unless you want to talk about some of the other ones that you were reading earlier.
No, I think that's the last one that I really have to talk about in this case. I will say there was one thing I wanted to bring up in the news that I
DJ, Resident Evil 4 released in January of '05, not March.
he also said Metal Gear Solid 98. CJ, where are you seeing these things? He said,
Okay,
boo.
Metal Gear Solid 4 released in Europe in March. What, you think I wasn't going to fact check you?
So the last thing I have to say is that it was announced this past week, March 13th. All right. Helldivers 2, the board game, is being made by Steamforged Games, the same people behind the Monster Hunter board game, the Elden Ring game, Dark Souls. Like, it's a full miniatures game.
Mm-hmm.
And it got announced. Its Kickstarter starts April 8th, and it looks so good. It looks so good, man.
Also, Sonic Unleashed was in November of 2008.
What the fuck? Why is CJ lying? I'm gonna ban him. No. I'm gonna ban him. It's worth it. But anyways, do you have anything else, Derek?
No, I think we can move on to the comic book portion if we want to.
Okay. Was there any comics that you read this week that you would like to say anything about?
Let me take a quick look. I've been following the new run of Transformers.
Okay. I've not read any of that.
Okay, so recently they made a brand new Transformer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his name is Shredhead.
Okay.
And I sent you that was the one I sent the picture of in the chat.
Okay.
So with this art style and that particular Transformer,
Mm-hmm.
it reminds me a whole lot of Murder Falcon.
I can see it.
He's named Shredhead.
Mm-hmm.
He turns into a van, the same kind of van,
Mm-hmm.
and he swings a badass sword.
I can see it. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah. And then throw it off with the same style of artwork. I do not know if it's the same
The same people
artist.
or not.
Right. But the whole series has been really good.
Okay.
Anybody who likes Transformers, I would suggest reading it.
I might have to give that a look. If any of you all listening have never heard of Murder Falcon, it is a great book. You should just look it up. Give it a read. It's not super short, but it's a really quick read because it's so good.
It's about, it was what, 12 issues?
Yeah,
13
it's 12 issues. Yeah, 12, 13. And it doesn't seem like it seems like it'll be long, but it's not. Once you get into it, it's just constant. You're just constant. Like, I got to keep going, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. Highly suggest. I would never steer you wrong in the way of comics. Don't let Derek talk to you about that.
The hell?
Derek will tell you I led you astray.
Have I ever said that?
No, but I feel like there's some of them that you probably thought it.
There might be some I'd make fun of you for.
Yeah.
I'm tired of giving you money.
But yeah, man, Murder Falcon's great. That sounds good. Especially since you compared it to Murder Falcon, I gotta read it.
I will say, don't be shocked if you get pulled into the other books that are
Okay.
connected to it. Because with this reboot that they've done, they've completely pulled G.I. Joe and Transformers into the same universe.
Oh, that's interesting.
So for anybody that's a G.I. Joe fan, there is now a reason for the laser guns. Outside, there's an in-universe reason for the laser weapons. And they are running on Energon.
That's neat. That's actually really neat.
Yeah. So there is a some standalone books. For
Mhm.
example, Duke has a book, and Cobra Commander has a book,
Okay.
and then they come together in the actual GI Joe book,
Yeah.
and then that is loosely linked into the Transformers.
Okay.
So it brings them kind of all connected again. It's happened in the past. They've done the crossovers and stuff like that
Mhm.
before, but this is in universe.
Hmm.
What about you, Matt? What have you been reading?
Um. Well, like I said at the beginning, I started reading Solo Leveling.
Mm-hmm.
Loving it. If you've not read Solo Leveling and you want to pick up a new um, manhwa, I guess is how you pronounce it.
Yep.
I'm gonna call it a manga. It's the same kind of concept. Solo Leveling is the solid choice. It's really good. Fight scenes are done well. Writing's good. Like everything about it is good.
And it's
Um,
completed, so you
yeah,
can
and
actually
it's
read it
complete.
from beginning to end.
Yep, 200 chapters in total. Super good. Well worth the read. Um, Anime is still going. It's at 24th episode. From what I was told, or it's not 24th yet. It'll be at 24 by the end of the season. From what I was told with that anime, by the way, is this newest episode is chapters 97 to 100. So they're about halfway
Mm-hmm.
through.
Nice.
Um, but in general, I've been reading that. I read through all 7 issues of Uncanny Valley, and let me tell you, if you're looking for a comic to read, an indie comic, Uncanny Valley is a way to go. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's super good. Essentially, I'm not going to tell you anything about the story because it gets into that story real freaking quick. You know, it
Mm-hmm.
gets into spoiler territory real freaking quick. But man, it basically the main character is a little boy who is like a fourth cartoon character essentially, because
Yep.
his mom is the daughter of a cartoon and a human, so she's half, and then she at this point in the comic, I'm not going to spoil part of it, but it seems like she got with a human. But there's a part in one of the issues that I'm like, oh, that's a little iffy. Maybe she didn't. Um, it's really good. Highly suggest. You should look it up. It's through Boom Comics. Boom Comics is always a solid choice. If you've never read indie comics, Boom is a solid choice. Um,
It's true.
and I'd highly suggest Mimetic from them as well. So freaking good. CJ wanted to throw out there that Kaiju number 8 is a good read. I will agree. I've not read a lot, but so far it has been good of what I've read.
Yeah, I've read a little bit of it.
Yeah. Um, Other than that, have I been reading anything else? I've not really been reading a lot of comics other than those two, to be honest. I have a couple that I have saved in my phone to read and just haven't started them yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've been reading more like novel books recently.
No,
Um,
that's fair.
I just got in the mail today the second and third book of the first Mistborn trilogy, so the Well of Ascension and the Hero of Ages.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be reading those and finishing them. Brandon Sanderson's real good. Never read it. Highly suggest. Um, but other than that, yeah, that's really all I've been reading.
So, is there any comics that have caught your eye? Maybe something we should look forward to in the next couple weeks?
So one thing I will say that has caught my eyes, I'm definitely going to be reading, catching up on Snot Girl.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know if you've ever read Snot Girl, but I absolutely love Snot Girl.
I remember when that book was coming out.
I do as well. I never finished reading it, however. I still have the first couple issues of it.
Yeah.
Another one that caught my eye that I'm going to be starting soon, it just started last year, the Space Ghost reboot.
Oh, the new one? Yeah,
Yeah.
I am caught up on it.
I'm going to be starting to read that.
It's very good. There's supposed to be a Johnny Quest one too.
Oh, I'm going to have to look for that.
Yeah.
Because Johnny Quest was really good when I was a kid.
I don't remember if I started following that one or not.
Which reminds me, I need to follow
But
Space Ghost library. I'm just scrolling through the ones that I have seen. Give me just one moment here.
no, you're fine.
The Seasons looks interesting to me. It's an Image comic. It only has 2 issues. One that came out in January, one that came out 5 days ago.
Nice.
But it's it looks like a horror themed one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to probably reread Ice Cream Man because I will always suggest that book. I don't care who you are. If you like horror anthologies, you best be reading fucking Ice Cream Man.
Great book.
It's
I have 2 number ones.
Good. Yeah. Trying to see if there was anything else that I was super interested in. Because a lot of times I do what you're not supposed to do. I judge books by their cover.
I mean, in comics, I think you can get away with it a little bit more, because especially if it gives you a style, an idea of the art style.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I feel like there was. I'm gonna be starting Star Wars Jedi Knight soon, but that anyone listening, if you're not someone that we've ever talked to before, you'll be not surprised after a while that I'm gonna be reading Star Wars.
Right.
Animorphs has a graphic novel. Hold up. Did you know that?
I did not.
I did not know that. I just found it.
Everything 90s comes back around.
I'm here for it though. I feel like there it is. Green Lantern Dark. I was going to start reading Green Lantern Dark.
I have not read the latest issue.
There's only 3 issues.
But I have started that.
But I'm going to read that because I love Green Lantern.
It's very grim.
That's fine.
Think like it's in terms of tone, think Quiet Place.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. But I think you would enjoy that.
I'm excited to give it a shot. It looked good, and that's the reason I want to try it. I also love Green Lantern. He's my favorite DC hero.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. Very excited about it. But that's all I really have that I'm looking forward to.
So let me throw a couple at you.
Okay.
Batman Dark Patterns. It is done very Batman 89 kind of style. And the current thing has him going up against Scarface.
Okay.
You know, a villain that shows up but doesn't really show up very often.
Yeah.
It's a bit more down to earth Batman versus the kind of the crazy that you get with modern day, where he's going off and doing a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is more of the master detective, going around and
What you
scaring the thug level criminals kind
what
of
you
stuff.
kind of expect from Batman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, Maybe not as much of a recommendation, but and a little bit of a side note to comic news, uh, Secret Six,
Okay. I think
a
you
book
told
that
me
just
about
came
that.
off yeah, a book that recently came off the Absolute Power event.
Hmm.
We now know where Metropolis is.
Yep. You told me about that,
Metropolis is San Francisco.
which is weird to me.
And okay, I thought about this after because we had this conversation the other day, and
Hmm.
I thought about this, and I was like, it's not that crazy.
Okay.
It could never be New York. The weather's too good.
That's true. That is true.
I used to think it was Chicago back in the day because Gotham would always be New York because
Yeah.
because it was originally based on Manhattan.
Yeah.
But Metropolis would to me always seemed like Chicago. But again, now thinking about that, the weather is not as good.
Yeah.
No, it's not Fresno. It's San Fran.
Which is still
So yeah,
surprising to me. I don't know why, but it is
it
so
it, it
surprising.
makes sense. It could have also, like I said, it could have also ended up being L.A., but it
Yeah.
didn't quite seem right, especially not with um. Shit, I cannot remember the name of Flash's town.
I know what you're talking about as well, but I can't remember the name either.
Right, because I think the Titans were also based there.
Yeah.
What else? What else have I been reading? That's really about it. I've been following Uncanny Valley just like you have,
Mhm.
and echo pretty much everything you say about it.
Yeah.
I have. There's a new Terminator book
Oh,
out right now, put out by Dynamite.
that's kind of
It's
surprising.
interesting. Imagine if the Terminator, instead of going back to kill John Connor or something like
Hmm.
that, was sent back to Vietnam
Hmm.
and just, survived through then. Kind of like T3.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a a little bit more time traveling of a Terminator kind of thing. It's pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
I mean, it sounds pretty good. I'm not really a huge Terminator fan, but I'd definitely give it a shot.
It's only like 3-4 issues right now.
Okay.
So if you were to get into that, it would be a quick read.
Okay.
Um, as far as another independent, well, no, not another independent because Dynamite's not really an independent.
Yeah.
Uh, from Dark Horse, I would recommend The Masked Matcher.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, it's about a guy getting into pro wrestling in the 1930s.
Hmm.
He's originally acts like he's going to make it big and become a movie star and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and he gets roped into becoming a wrestling persona for a super small time firm in the 30s.
Okay. That sounds neat.
It's kind of neat. The dude wrestles a bear,
I mean, fair.
and there's an issue dedicated to talking to the bear because the whole thing's done in like a post life documentary kind of thing.
Hmm.
So it goes in and talks about how he was the most awesome person ever or something like that,
Hmm.
and it's going through about basically how he got to where he was at.
Hmm.
Honestly, I think that's about it for me too. Oh, take it back. There is one more I will recommend. it recently wrapped up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called Jenny Sparks, DC
Okay.
comic. It's about a woman that lives all the time. She
Okay.
lives in all time. And Captain Atom goes insane and starts considering himself God.
Oh, okay.
And she's sent in to stop him because he kills Superman and Batman and everybody else.
Okay.
So while she's trying to stop him, I think she was technically born in 1900.
Mm-hmm.
And so you see her going through her past while she's going through it, while she's going through this hostage situation because it's a hostage situation. And at the same time, going through 9/11 again for the first time.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Going through different wars and stuff for the first time. And all of it's happening at the same time. And it jumps back and forth a lot. It's a Tom King book.
Okay.
So I don't know how you feel about that. A lot of people are very decisive on him. I personally like Tom King.
I'm not sure what else he's written, to be honest, or put out.
Heroes in Crisis.
I liked Heroes in Crisis. I'm fine with that.
He's also done. He was on a long run of Batman when they were doing the wedding.
Okay.
He was in the middle of writing it. He's. See if there's any other ones. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Batman One Bad Day, which is
Okay.
also a pretty good book. He wrote the. If you remember a few years back when they did the Looney Tunes DC crossovers,
Yeah, I remember those.
he wrote Batman and Elmer Fudd.
Okay.
Like I said, very good. His writing can get to some people. Like I said, some people don't like it that he uses words more than he uses art.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of dig it. It's more of a novel writing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with that. It sounds good to me.
Oh yeah. I think that's it for my recommendations.
All right. Because I've got nothing else either on my end.
Well, if that's the case, should we call it a wrap up then?
Yeah, I think
What people should be looking at you for, man? What are you going to be getting into?
this coming week.
Yeah, this
Uh,
coming week we're gonna try to do this like every other week or so.
yeah.
So
So this
maybe you got any projects you're thinking of trying or anything like that?
this coming week, I'm probably going to work like actual work.
Mhm.
Um, I know eventually I'm gonna try to get Bunkers and Badasses set back up.
Oh, nice.
And then other than that, I have a couple of projects that I'm working on that I don't want to put out there on Twitch or podcast currently.
Fair.
Because they're kind of in my head things that I'm trying to get to a state of where I want them to be before I tell people about them.
Reveal.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Very nice.
how about yourself?
Well, let's see. The current archipelago that I'm in is getting ready to wrap up.
Mhm.
Sometime within the next week and a half or so, I think they're gonna start giving it up and calling it.
Okay.
So maybe I'll throw myself up one
Fair.
to do that. Other than that, I'm gonna be trying to stream more.
Okay.
I would like to do the new Like a Dragon Yakuza
Yeah.
enjoy a playthrough of it. I'm loving it so far, and I want to keep going with it.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
All right. All right. Well, if that's all we've really got for this, another episode of Panels, Checkpoints, and Popcorn will be right around the corner. I say right around the corner, but in 2 weeks. So the 31st. So definitely give me and Shotgun here a follow, like, whatever you want to do. If you see this on YouTube, like, subscribe. If you see it on Twitch, follow, subscribe. That one costs money, so it's less asked for.
Yeah.
And if you're listening
You
to
catch this on.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you catch us on your favorite podcasting app, then give us a great rating.
Yeah, give us a rating. Give us a follow, a like, whatever. I don't know what they do on podcast things because I only use YouTube Music and sometimes Spotify. So, yeah, do that. Do what Derek said. But other than that, we'll be jumping back in the 31st. As for today, though, have a very good St. Patrick's Day. Don't get too drunk. Pinch people that aren't wearing green. And have a good one.